to a Robotadventures review. Come by. Children, dumbasses. This video is not made for you. This video is made for people who can think and look at both sides of an issue. Come by. So yeah, you don't need to watch this video. Just put it on in the background and listen to some of the things I want to talk about. So the title is probably something like Star Trek Season 2, Episode 1. And to talk about that show in the current climate, the current status of how people are reviewing it and feeling and stuff like that, would require you to go back and look at season 1 and also that morphing into what happened to Doctor Who and stuff like that. So I liked it. That's it. Anyone who isn't here to listen to an explanation on why I thought this series was good, well, just leave, because there's no more. It's not gonna maybe get better. It's probably gonna make your butt hurt more. So, butt hurt. Yeah, so I don't think I've reviewed a TV series. I've thrown out in my over 10 years YouTubing, I've reviewed lots of movies. I like movies and stuff, and a little bit of I've talked about TV series, but I've never I don't think I've gone into an episode review of a TV show. But it's just been building and building and building without seeing the counter argument to some of the hate train. And the hate train is easy to get on. It's so easy. The train just stops at everyone's door. You want to jump on the hate train? Jump on the hate train. Just jump on it. And just boom, hit every fucking, oh, this was weak, this was weak, this was weak. This movie, this TV show, sucks. It's so easy to punch down. Punching down is what Trump does. It's I'm great. Everyone else sucks. Punch down, punch down. All these people without jobs because we didn't shut down the government. Shut down, shut down. Punch down, punch down. And I like sci-fi and stuff like that. And I like sci-fi. I like fantasy. I like those kind of shows. I have no interest in like quote unquote reality TV shows. But I think, and I may be wrong, I don't think there is a hate train for like the Kardashian show or all these other crappy ass, reality TV shows, because I think it's universally accepted that those shows are shitty. And so that's like, punching babies or something like that. Are there channels dedicating to reviewing episodes of shitty TV programs? Oh, this episode of this program was so shitty that it's so shitty. Yeah. I don't think there are people doing that. But there is a lot of hate for Star Trek, Discovery, and Doctor Who. There's a lot of hate for that. And I find it amusing and kind of sad, because the effort to these shows suck. Why isn't there effort put into also hating on those other shitty ass programs? We could get a lot more better sci-fi if we got rid of that shit fucking reality crap or some other, just garbage. But no, they get the ratings, since sensational shit gets ratings, so even if it's shit. So programs that are doing sci-fi or something like that get shit on more than shit gets shit on. And that's kind of it's a state of affairs. That's, if I shit on something, if you shit on something that's crap, you're not going to get views, or you're not going to get response, or you're not going to get traction, because everyone knows it's shit. But if you shit on something that's like, oh, it's kind of okay, then you might get the well, that's controversial, so we're going to pay attention to you. And that's the game. And understanding that you got to come at it from okay, we're gonna ignore the hate train, try to, and just see how the series is and stuff like that. Nothing is perfect. Recently, a lot of people have been like, oh, Orville is the savior. Everyone loves Orville. Orville is so great. And Orville is a good show. It's a good show. I like Orville. And Orville is better than Star Trek. And you have this plus or minus. It is good or it is bad, and there is no in between. It's like, oh, it's great, or it sucks. And it kind of feels like that watching some of the comments on reviews or something like that. It's like, what? You didn't understand? Oh, it's, they ignore the plot holes of the show that they like, and they emphasize the plot holes of the show that they don't like. It's like, yeah, you should do that to both shows. They both have problems. It's just the way things are. It's like, oh, is it better than watching the Kardashian show? I don't know what the Kardashian show is called. It's something the Kardashians, living with the Kardashians. I'm here in Japan. We don't get that kind of shit. No, we get other shitty Japanese programs, but we don't get that stuff. And yeah, so make sure you're, reviewing or explaining this show in relation, and its relation to other TV shows. And is it better than shit? Yes, it's better than shit. So, is it the best stuff? No, it's not the best, but it's all right. It's good. It's nice. But there are people that just want to hate and hate on the show. And, haters gotta hate. I think they get those types of reviews get into, like, I am team hate the show. I am team like the show. And so they'll just polarize into their categories and say, oh, this show is shit. And for them to break away from, oh, this show is shit, to get into, this show is alright, that's going to offend the viewers who think the show was shit. It's like, oh no, we're still on team, this show was shit, we hate this show. And if the show was alright, well, oh, you just betrayed us. We over here, we hate the show. If you kind of like this show, you're fucking in the middle, fuck you. And that's a realm where, if you care about monetization or a subscriber count or something, and then you're going to be cautious and not try to do that. Which makes you kind of full of shit. If the show was alright, then say the show was alright. If it was kind of shitty or some points, then just say that. Don't fucking get into the like, oh, this is fucking crap. So, in relation to the other programs, is it really that bad? And I have to say no. So, I watched all of the Orville, and today I'm just going to talk about the Star Trek season and the Orville season 2. And why am I not in front of the camera? Because there's no need for someone to sit in front of the camera and talk about their opinions. That just makes them want to be famous for, or, associated with their opinions. My opinion can stand for itself. This is me, Robot. Hello, I'm Robot. Okay. So, yeah, you just put this in the background and listen. So, the other recent controversial event that I want to talk about is it's putting a spotlight on these type of butthurt people. So, Gillette, the shaving company, put out a controversial, quote-unquote, toxic masculinity video. And it's kind of polarized some influencers or, YouTubers like, oh, this was crap, or oh, this was good. Same as like Nike put out the Kaepernick videos like, oh, fuck Nike and stuff like that. I watched the video, the commercial, and I was like, okay, yeah, okay, that's all right. The only problem I had with it was it seemed kind of choppy, like action scene, and I was trying. It was a little bit tricky for me to follow who was moving. Like the kids were running and who was chasing. I didn't know who was where. So that was the issue I had with it. The message, for me, I thought was clear. In the first part, you see a bunch of traditional boys being boys, things that were like maybe 1950s era views on how men should be. And after that, you saw like, hey, don't punch your friend. Hey, don't be mean to the other people. It's like, oh, okay. So the message is, be a good person. Be a good man. Don't fight with people. Don't bully other people. Try to help other people. That was the message. But a lot of people got butthurt by that. Maybe butthurt is not the PC term for that, because butthurt implies that your butt hurts and because you got something in your butt. And that is not a good thing. Unless you have a really big gaping butthole and then you like things in your butthole, and then it wouldn't be hurt, so you wouldn't be butthurt, it would be pleasurable, so that's not a negative thing, that's butt pleased. And yeah, so that term butthurt, I think, has a negative connotation for women and men, because it says that getting anything up your butt is bad. And some people like things up their butt. So, we should just say maybe some people were angered, annoyed, and I think the people who took offense to that were the people who saw themselves doing the things that the traditional male roles did. And I know that I did a lot of those things when I was a kid. So in my family, I have my brother, and growing up, I remember, my brother and I would watch pro wrestling, and then we start, wrestling. And many times it was like, oh, let's, my parents were there, my family was there, oh, let's see who wins and stuff like that. And so it was, considered, boys will be boys, they'll fight and stuff like that and wrestle and stuff like that. Which was maybe okay if you were just playing, but sometimes, play turns into something more aggressive. And back then, in the 70s, were there books on child psychology and rearing and stuff like that. And so maybe there wasn't a very educated parent development group or something. Maybe the parents didn't know what the fuck they were doing. So yeah, I thought they had some points in that commercial where they said, okay, this is the way it used to be, and now it's, we can move beyond that and be better. And I was like, okay, that's good. But a lot of hate going at that Gillette commercial are from a lot of people, just like, oh no, it's not that way of thinking, boys will be boys or something like that is not a problem. And I don't like that Gillette pointed out that men need to be nicer to other men or something, or fucking. So there's I think there's a movement, and I think it's a good movement. Also, people need to grow up and change, evolve, and stuff like that. And I've evolved. Growing up as a kid, we were raised Roman Catholics and very religious. And, in the Catholic world, homosexuality is bad. And, for a long time I thought, that's bad, that's a sin. And also, a lot of other things are sins, And after, going through university and stuff like that, I was thinking, hey, religion doesn't really work, or it's not logical. So I gave up all those ideas and like, oh, this isn't, logical. So, and now, I love my brother, and when we talk online and when we call each other and stuff like that, he lives in the U.S., I live here in Japan. We always say I love you, and it's a very understanding relationship because we have brains and we are a family, and we don't have this hang up on, well, a man can't tell another man he loves him. That's not true. So, if you have a brother, do you have this complex or something where, oh, well, I just can't tell my brother that I love him because I'm a man? Well, if you don't, do you love your brother? I don't know. That's something that you have to work through. So, I think some of those haters just don't want to get to that level of like, I am comfortable with who I am, and I can love the people I love, and I can express that idea. I think a lot of people are like, no, fire. That's something that they have to work through, and I think they express their hatred for things that point out that by hating on stuff like that kind of commercial, or that kind of shift in understanding of men are men in this term, in this way, and women are women, and they have to be like this. And so when you see Doctor Who, or when you see Star Trek, they have a problem with that. I think that's what's going on there. Because you never see them, those people, pointing out the stupidity of the men doing stupid shit in movies. So it's like if the woman does something stupid in the movie, like, oh well, a lot of what you hear, oh, it's like in Star Trek, oh well, everyone has to follow Burnham because Burnham is so smart and she's the lead and she does this, and if you don't do what she says, you're wrong because she's so powerful. But yeah, that's stupid. That's stupid. But it's not new. Writers write stupid people in stupid shows. Writers make scientists do stupid things all the time. What a lot of these are like, oh, she's a woman, so this is no, and they're injecting this. Oh, she's a female, so you have to listen to her, and it's PC and stuff like that. And no, she's just dumb, and the writers wrote some dumb shit. That happens all the time, all the time. But you can't just say, oh, it's because she's a woman, she did, or this and that. No, it's just because that was dumb writing. How many times have you watched reviews of Aliens where everyone just hated on the captain? It's like, oh, the captain, that fucking dumbass male. I'm the captain, I'm a man. You gotta open this door because so-and-so. No, that's a dumbass fucking captain. He introduced the alien into the ship. They had protocols for that. They had all this shit. But no. You gotta open the door. This happens over and over and over and over. Dumbass, okay, smart scientist doing stupid ass shit is a staple for sci-fi, because without that, they couldn't move the plot forward. They need they need smart people doing dumb shit to move the plot. And I think recently it's been, oh, well, you know, she's doing dumb shit. Yeah, she has to do dumb shit because it's a fucking the way plots move. Please watch how many reviewers point out the stupidity and the hypocrisy and the male dominance of the male captain doing dumb shit. They won't do it because it's like, whoa, oh shit, I'm not used to balancing it out that way. So oh, she's Michael Burnham. Oh, you know, she's the smartest person on the ship. Oh, she's the most capable person on the ship. She's the one who knows how to do a bunch of stuff. Okay, she's the one who can move that plot forward. Do they complain about, oh, Captain Kirk, he's the guy who's moving, he's doing all... No, when Captain Kirk goes and fucks a bunch of green aliens, are they just bashing Kirk for, why the fuck did he go fuck all those green aliens? You're a dumbass. No, I was like, you know, it's Kirk. You know, it's a man. Alright, go fuck the fucking green aliens. Yeah, so, that was 30 minutes of me just talking about how fucked up reviews and the current environment of I guess commentary on sci-fi and stuff is. It's for me, I think it's a bit hypocritical. I think it's easy to get on the hate train, and if you are not on that hate train, then you will get accused of being a shill. Like, oh, you just want access to the something, and you're just a shill, and you just on the... Everyone knows that I am the biggest shill. This video brought to you by... this fucking thing, right? Whatever the fuck it is. And this thing over here, yeah. This screwdriver. When you need to screw something and drive at the same time, why not try this screwdriver? And this wrench. This video brought to you by this bearing. When you need something to bear, why not try a bearing? You can put that, you can try that on your... You know what I'm talking about? Put something in that. That's why I'm sponsored.